Wednesday. How about some Wednesday wisdom? So, continuing with my discussion of the 7 habits of highly effective people, I am trying something new and we'll see how it works. But I'm presenting or going to present my entire screen. So, let's see if this will work. And there we go. So, pause. And I want to start with this 7 habits of highly effective people. So I have been discussing, I think this is day 3 of habit 1. And I think I'll do 1 habit per week. So that sounds like a 7-week project. Anyway, I hope that even one person is getting something out of my talks that I'm going to do my best to keep down to 5 or less minutes. So I just started my timer. As I was listening to information by the author on habit number 1, he mentions this quote, "I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by conscious endeavor." And it goes back to what we were talking about yesterday, is that we have stimulus and then we have our own personal response. We get to decide how we're going to respond to that. And in this discussion, he also talks about a survivor of the concentration camps, Viktor Frankel, and how he has inspired millions and millions of people by his response to unbelievably difficult circumstances. And he also talks about freedom versus liberty. Viktor Frankl had no liberty at all, but he had the freedom of his brain and how he would respond. And that helped him to survive and helped him to become the person that he became. And then the author also asked or mentioned when he was with an audience that he had asked about, well, he gave the story about a woman who had a terminal illness and then asked the audience if any of them had been inspired by somebody who had a terminal illness. And I've been inspired by many people. But I honestly was inspired by my first husband's response to his terminal diagnosis. So when he was first diagnosed and told it was stage 4, of course we were devastated. But he just kept his good nature and humor. And I was just very, very inspired and have so much respect for the life that he lived. And especially from the time he was diagnosed until his passing. And those of people who knew him and saw him, people who weren't like part of that knowledge, they didn't even know that he had cancer. And those who knew him, they didn't hear him complaining about it. He did what he needed to. He went for his chemo treatments and he just persevered. And I didn't mean to get so emotional, but for anyone who's lost someone, you know that even though you go forward in your life, that when you reflect back on those times, the emotions are like as real as they were at that time. So I just wanted to share again about stimulus and our choices and how we respond, and that I was inspired by my first husband's response to that stimulus. So blessings and appreciation to my husband, first husband, who gave me so much love and took such good care of us. And till we meet again.